Hey everybody, how's it going? What's up, YouTube? So today, okay, our overnight inventory was overall bullish. Bearish from where the close was. Almost an identical kind of play like yesterday, but momentum didn't follow through. And so this is NQ. This is our TPO chart. We get into this as our midpoint when we come in the day and see what we're doing. And we had this big pullback here, but for the week we are at a low value area for the week. Okay, so this was kind of a crucial moment here. We couldn't retest, just like yesterday. We couldn't go and test those lows early in the opening drive, and so kind of gave us indication maybe just go for longs. Okay, but it started stalling out, and one of the things it started stalling out for is on the ES. We have a volatility trigger it's option derivative related. For those of you that don't know much about spot gambling, you can click on the link in the video, and we'll talk about it maybe more in the future. You know, in future videos we have a ton of things to cover, but we look at that also. Other than our initial market auction theory, where our context and bias is going to be before we go and take a trade. Additionally, guys, for those that know, we do have an algorithm that some of the guys on NinjaTrader like to use. It's something I had developed for myself 3 years ago before I started getting over the anxiety and doing these trades a lot on my own, right? So we have a top-down approach, which has to do with, let me pull it up. Our base core is auction market theory coming in from the top. We do it top kind of down, so I did it this way. Using market profile, time frames, context, we then can look at order flow, such as bookmap, and then trade with discretion, if we have enough confidence and experience to do it. And or basically use algorithms, okay? So we do have a trend following VQS. It's called Viper VQS on our website. You can buy that if you have a NinjaTrader 8, and you can go that way. So this is last. A lot of guys want to come in and just turn these on. These are last. You have to have that first approach of your overall daily plan. Okay, so we kind of start from the top, re-establish ourselves, figure out where are we in the weekly and daily kind of a context here, and then come into our 30-minute, our day trading intraday platform and figure things out. We can use 30-minute bars on volume profile. That's fine. We can get a little bit more advanced, which is something that I like, and get into market profiling and just look at it in different periods with letters. It's 30-minute bars. It's what it is with volume profile on the sides. That's what it is. So same deal. You can build this out on your NinjaTrader. In fact, for our users, I give everything for free on YouTube as I can. I want everyone on YouTube to get everything for free. I don't charge for teaching per se, but if anybody wanted one of the two products that we do offer, I just want to mention, because our page is more driven towards supporting traders, making recommendations. We have maybe some affiliate links of approved, vetted people that we like and work with, okay? Analytical platforms, brokers, tools. The only tool that we sell is this VQS NinjaTrader 8 algo, trend following algo that I built for myself a few years ago. There is another breakout thing called Range Blitz. You guys can read about it. It's another kind of a form of tool for traders. Okay, it's not a system. It's a tool that you can use. And other than that, those products come with free Discord trade room, which means if you see something you like on YouTube and you want a little bit more direct relationship with me, maybe screenshot some stuff and I'm typing back and forth with you versus just watching our recordings on YouTube, then, you know, I offer this for $25 a month. It's pretty cheap. Maybe in a few months you get to know me well and we work something out, or you figure what you need and you move on, or you stay just because of just loyalty. We're creating a family here, and in this way I can teach more of like my process, okay? So how I end up with using either Bookmap, which is where, you know, I also work with the Bookmap team. I'm part of their family team member, or managed algos is at the bottom of everything, okay? I have this kind of top-down diagram of auction market theory being my system, market profile. You can use volume profile. Then you understand what our time frames are, where the bigger players are in our context, have a bias, and then we trade direction. That's it, okay? And if it's just too much, just don't do nothing. And so that's what our business model is. And so I'm gearing more for everybody to focus on YouTube. Okay, try to get everything off YouTube. I make sometimes post-trade videos because I'm working in the daytime with Bookmap as well. What I did today was I took this spread, if I can pull it up. I went long NQ. What my problem is with ES is we're hitting this volatility trigger. Now, those of you that know me already, I don't say it's a requirement, but I use some third-party tools when it comes to futures because intraday, the options market has way more volume and weighs everything that the futures is doing on its actions. There's zero DTE players. There's so many derivatives, and people hedge that with their futures. And I also hedge, but I hedge with futures on futures. It's kind of, some people don't like it. They think it's corny, but that's what I did today. But going back to what this spot gamma is and the gamma exposure, just for a bit, ES hit this vol trigger at the same time. Also, there's price action relative things that happen here. The problem is for me is when this vol trigger is prices exchanged on this side, look how volatile things get, and it's usually hard to break back above it. Therefore, my long NQ short ES spread was threatened by that weight of the ES. So I went long here on NQ and shorted ES as a hedge, and just it kept pulling down. I took it off at like $40, and then I went long again, and I started feeling it was getting weak. So we hit about a almost $400 target. Let me show you the performance about that. Now, people would say, well, then why don't you just take, you could have just took like the $800 or $900 profit on, let's see, on the NQ. I could break this down, but it's hedged. I still have good ratio. My records are still good. My 1.71, my Sharpe ratio, and my max drawdown. My max adverse excursion wasn't too shabby. I'm almost a 2-to-1, right? So because of that I'd rather spread. And let me kind of explain something that, for people that have stops, let me zoom this in. Let's say, I'll draw a line. In fact, let me pull it up on TradingView. It'd be easier. Let's see if I can pull it up here. And we'll pull up 30 minutes. So for those of you that, want to learn about market profile, volume profile, if you don't have TPOs, that's fine. You can put up a volume profile in 30-minute bars just to start getting the grasp of things. We broke up over here and I wanted to go long. So what happened is, if you have a line like this line here, say, this line is like a stop, you'd get stopped like so many times before you're right. But what a spread allows you to do is it kind of, let's put like a box, rather than be a stop, it gives you like a cushion, like a zone. And it changes that dollar value into a zone that you can eat, you could digest, if that makes sense. Rather than just get stop, 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 and then, okay, now you're right. Okay, yeah, you're right, but you just made up for all those stops. So I'll put a spread so I can create a zone of cushion for me, and then I can handle so much pain down here. But at the same time, I'm not trading little 5-minute bars or 1-minute bars. I'm looking at a higher time frame. I'm looking at 30-minute auction bars, okay? And so that's significant to me, and that gives me more optimum entry, keeps me more patient. Now in my case, I'm using TPOs because I'm studying more about them myself. And it's the same thing. It's a volume profile with A, B, C, D, E letter periods being 30-minute rotation, 30-minute auction periods. Okay, it's time, price, and opportunity over time. Okay, and where the price is. So it's just looking at an auction. And so I took this kind of pullback here, and it just, what was holding our trade, in my opinion, is that vol trigger that I mentioned on the ES. Every time we tried to get up and over, it just would have been a torture here. I would have still been trying to make a video for you guys on top of that. Every time there we go. ES was giving us this problem, this volatility trigger. And you guys, again, could research more about it. I'll put a link. Spot Gamma, they have a 7-day free trial. This can change the way your futures trading, intraday trading game changes, because it's a very viable tool. It's an analytic tool. It's not just some magical made up stuff. There's work that goes behind it. You got to understand it. Anyway, because ES was giving me that problem all the time, it started dragging down my NQ long. Okay. And so I was in these rotations. I just said, I'm going to pull it in. We got close to our decent target for the average daily target. Okay, so it was enough time for me to call it. I got to start managing these short days in our lives as good as I can. Okay, so every time NQ kept getting kind of up here, ES was just getting tested on that vol trigger, and so I just said, $400 almost after commissions, I'll take it. So, all right. Very hairy, as you see. These are 30-minute bars, and now, of course, we'll do whatever. But that's where we are for today. Let me see what else I have here for you guys. All right, that's all I have today for you guys. As I try to keep these more consistent and steady flow. Yeah, I don't see much else for the day. It's going to go back and forth until finally something comes in heavy after lunch and probably gives over that vol trigger I was talking about. It just keeps getting tested again right now. It's a pretty stable number. Okay, so at this point, what will end up probably happening is it blows out in the afternoon. But that's it for today. If you have any questions, message us, ask us questions here on the YouTube. Okay, we want to try to put everything here on YouTube and explain what we're doing. I'll have more videos here in the future explaining what spreads are all over again. We have an old video series on what spreads were, but I think times are a little changed and using different tools to do them. Like we can actually leg in intraday on some of these equities and get you guys even passed on one of these like fund and trader deals. It really reduces some of that volatility and gets you more consistent on profits. And there's nothing illegal about spreading in your own account, okay? Two different markets that are correlated that can keep you a little bit more consistent on your gains and reduce your stop outs, reduce your losses, which the stop outs psychologically get you. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good day.